Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm DJ Av, and today we're going to be talking about finding the right laptop or PC for music production.
Nintendo.
So last year I did a video, and surprisingly it was popular, and it was helpful to many people about finding the right laptop or PC. However, there were certain things that I did not reflect on, and certain things that triggered people. Yes, people get triggered when you go against what they believe is right. Surprise! But yeah, so I just wanted to just reflect on some of the core things of buying a PC and laptop, and then certain things that I might just talk about just for topic and subject purposes. That please, participate, leave a comment below if you have something for the discussion or against it. I mean, I'm not against it, but man, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, so the video from last year, just real quick, was shot with this laptop right here, this HP laptop, and yeah, you can see but yeah, this HP laptop has a Celeron processor in it, so it is very possible for you to do music production multimedia on a Celeron processor. So these things are gonna sound like hieroglyphics to certain people, rocket science nerd shit, for those who lack of vocabulary. But yeah, this laptop basically is a $200 laptop now. Not when it was released originally back in 2013, which were Celeron N's marquee years before the i5s and the i3s and the i7s started kicking butt and taking names. Yes, so don't pay attention to the brand either, because brands, again, I want to say that brands in general, aren't what you should be looking for. I'm not going to say brands don't matter, because brands do matter to certain people. Again, it's subjective, but it's about the specs, and learning the specs and knowing that will help you get engaged what you need for whatever your multimedia purposes are. But it is quite possible, again, to do it on here. So that brings me to this point right here, and that's in front of us, and it's my baby. But so anyways, despite the pettiness I just showed here, this is the Asus ROG the Asus ROG G56JK EB, and this is a gaming laptop. Yes, because ROG means Republic of Gaming, and yes, it has a i7 processor in there, and it's a quad-core processor. It's a turbo hyper-threading processor as well, which might not mean much to you, but I can tell you, if I'm able to shoot this video, with the last video I shot was not in any means HD, but this being in 1080 60 frames per second, I can show you that I can rest assured that you can see the quality does matter, because this actually costs $1,000. This laptop in general, you might be able to get a little cheaper now because of how old it is. It's a year old, the processor is. But yeah, this laptop, I highly praise this laptop. But yeah, so quality does matter. So spending more will definitely put you in the right ballpark, but make sure that you know all the specs and stuff like that. I highly recommend a multi-core processor. It is very, very good. Wow. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna go and show you a few things in reference here to a lot of things that you will see as I go into the PC laptops here, and we're gonna just talk about pricing, and you see in difference in that, and I think this will help. So if you're going to go ahead and going to be one of those people that are going to only spend 300 or 350 or 200 bucks, you're pretty much going to be in the market of the Intel Celeron processor, meaning that you'll be able to do all the stuff that I'm able to do now, but it will be at a lower quality because of the limitations of the processor. Celeron processors are really meant for just web surfing, watching Netflix and chilling, and just other things like surfing the web and typing up documents, if I didn't say that already. That's pretty much what they are, but you can make beats on there, the give or take of what software you're using. But another thing is you want to be on par with having this amount of RAM, and that's 8 gigs of RAM DDR4 or better. You want to look for that, and as you can see right here, this laptop at 200 bucks only has 4 gigs of RAM. You know, your random access memory is very important to how you're going to be able to use different plugins. If you're into video editing, it's gonna having low RAM is gonna affect how you're gonna edit and how many effects you can apply to the video that you got, or even be able to live stream. So if you're trying to live stream and all that, you're not gonna want to buy these. You want to go and get a gaming laptop. You know, at bare minimal, you want to go and get a laptop that has these specs right here. And if you want a full-size laptop, you know, in portability, you know, at the same time, get a 15.6 screen. iCore i7, you know, this one right here, if we're looking at price point right here, and HPs are good if you're one of those people that need a brand. Yes, HPs are fine, but so are other brands, especially at this price point. And this is like, you know, it's about a grand or so, more than a grand, a little bit. But iCore i7, 8 gigs. Again, 8 gigs of RAM is minimal. And then you have things like a graphic card. This NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960 is really good. It's really good. It's definitely will handle all the games and stuff like that if you're into gaming as well, like moi here. So a little bit more on that. Yeah, so as you can see, the price could be a little bit demanding. So that brings me to another point here, is that, you know, PC or a laptop. So if you're out there and if you plan on traveling, yet again, if you plan on traveling and doing stuff in the music or multimedia field, and you want to keep, you know, all your stuff on deck, and you don't want to work off of other people's that might not have certain things that you want, or just your particular workflow that you're comfortable with, that you want on the go, obviously the laptop is where you want to be. It's going to cost you a little bit more, and there's certain things that you will also miss out though on the PC. However, if you buy adequate enough, you'll have a laptop that will be able to perform and stay in the runnings as far as quality here. So yes, the laptop will definitely benefit you there. But however, if you're at home and you know that's your thing and that's how you run your business, I definitely think you should get a PC, and you'll find yourself that you'll find to know that PCs are not only cheaper depending on which one that you get, and cheaper in price, that they'll run significantly better than a laptop. And just hang with me here as I stutter and stuff. But the process of this. Now the laptops, they have special motherboards, special memory, RAM, special hard drives, and etc. And they're made so they can, for portability reasons. Obviously, this laptop is slim. And you know, this laptop, being a gaming laptop, is a little bit bigger than this baby right here. But you know, obviously, you know, the bigger parts in all the labor and the better processor and etc. makes it to where, you know, the portability is in question, but at the same time you still can carry it around. Now PCs have bigger parts in general, meaning that there's going to have the processors are going to be fit as such, as well as, you know, you'll be able to have more processor power, because there's the size limitations are a little bit different. You know, you can squeeze a little bit more into your CPUs and your GPUs in terms of the juice. And I'm trying to be as layman as possible and not go too nerdy on you guys. But yeah, so, you know, and then, you know, they're a wee bit affordable, you know, give or take that these are gaming PCs. You know, the gaming PC aspect, and you want to be at the Intel Core i5, which is surprisingly so equivalent to the i7 laptop that's like Wah has in front of me, or actually a little bit better in certain cases, as you know, you by default, and cheaper by, mind you, that the hard drives as far as the 7200 RPM hard drives, which is faster than your typical 5600 RPM hard drive for whatever laptop that you're getting, depending on what laptop and how much you're spending. will be much faster than the laptop, depending on, again, the hard drive. But again, you have solid state SSD, which is the boss of all in terms of hard drives, in hard drive speed and how quiet they are, because you don't hear all that stupid clicking. But yeah, so hopefully I'm not confusing everybody there. So you do have that aspect of it, and I'll make sure I'll go to this as we're in there. I didn't think I was actually in there or whatnot. Whoops. So yeah, you have these. As you look at the pricing of that, you see they're a little bit cheaper than your gaming laptop, your gaming laptops there. So see laptop. So another thing that we wanted to talk about here is a website. If you want to compare, different processors, CPUs or whatnot, you can at CPUboss.com. I highly recommend that everybody get used to going to that website so you can see that. Which brings me into another argument here, because I know people are talking about, I have not mentioned any AMDs. Is the AMD processor shit? No, they're not shit. Matter of fact, quick story here, and this is how I'm going to kind of close this video out for 2016, so that everybody can feel a little better about themselves if you have an AMD processor in front of you. In recent studies right now, and there's another great YouTuber as well, as far as his name is Linus at Tech Tips. Linus Tech Tips is the name of his channel, but I have the link in the description box. But he did some research on the recent AMD processors in terms of the AMD FX. So if you get an AMD FX processor now, you'll find that they do outperform in terms of gaming, that is, and I'm pretty sure in music production and multimedia, just a wee bit better than the Intel i7 processors that they are often compared to. So yeah, so definitely that. But a real quick story about the AMD in general. AMD used to make parts exclusively for Intel, as there was a company that was on the come up as far as early computing goes, and they actually surpassed Intel at one time. Yes, if you remember the AMD Anthelos, if you are one of those guys that are as nerdy as me, then you understand that they did at one time surpass Intel, until that one shining moment. What happens when you apply the can't beat them then join them, or big bank takes little bank philosophy? And Intel bought the 64 chip that they came up with, which was their landslide past Intel at one time, was the 64-bit chip, along with the XP chip, which was reasonably named after Windows XP. But yeah, so that would explain kind of the come up between Mac and the Apple Mac era or whatnot, which, if you're into Macs and Apples and all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, which I'm not biased against them at all, you're definitely going to be spending good money for the i7. You're going to, at bare minimum, spend $2,000 for like their i7s and whatnot, and give or take that you decide on a screen size that fit like a full size screen size, which is like 15.4 15.6 display. You'll definitely see that right here at this one right here. Click on that, yeah, you'll see, and then on top of that, seeing that it is a thin laptop, really thin, you're dealing with a 256 gigabyte flash storage. So that can be problematic if you're trying to go a certain route, but you have a chance to upgrade as well. See if you can. This, well, I was trying to click on it. No, never mind. Just forget I said that. So yeah, hopefully this video will help you guys in your journey. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. That's all, and just highlight certain things. So if you like this video, give it a like. Please leave a comment in the description box about the topic at hand or whatnot, because yeah, this is pretty legitimate. Hopefully it helped you guys. Yeah, so when I outline certain things, just pay attention to it, and don't forget to subscribe. I have plenty more videos. I'm going to be talking about more tech and stuff like that on my channel, as well as old stuff that I got on deck as far as music goes. maybe a laptop or two. So, but anyways, I'm DJ McCree, and I am out here. Y'all have a good day. Stamp time.
Traptendo.